Imagine it's 30,000 years ago. It's 2 a.m., and a sharp, pulsing pain is radiating from your jaw. There are no dentists, no Novocaine, and no emergency room. Just you, the cold dark, and a toothache that feels like a biological disaster waiting to happen. You might think an ancient toothache was an automatic death sentence, but the truth is actually much stranger. Your ancestors were likely better at managing dental health than the civilizations that came thousands of years after them.
Before we talk about the cure, we have to talk about the cause. We often imagine ancient humans with rotted, yellow teeth, but the archaeological record tells a different story. Hunter-gatherer children actually had better overall nutrition and significantly fewer cavities than the people who lived in the Bronze Age. Why? Because for 99% of our history, we weren't eating mostly bread. It was the transition to early agriculture, the heavy dependence on starchy grains that acted like a fuel source for the bacteria that caused tooth decay. In the Paleolithic, if you were eating bone marrow, mashed plants, and meat, your teeth were surprisingly robust.
But accidents happened, and when they did, ancient humans didn't just sit there and suffer in silence. They had a sophisticated pharmacopoeia, a collection of plant-based remedies that they had been refining for at least 50,000 years. If that 2 a.m. toothache hit, your first line of defense was likely willow bark. It's the original aspirin, and it has been used for pain and fever management for thousands of years. They may have also reached for garlic, which they had empirically identified as having genuine antimicrobial properties long before they understood what a germ was. If the tooth was infected, they might apply honey, not as a sweetener, but as a powerful antimicrobial wound treatment.
If the pain was deep, they might have looked toward the fire. Ancient medical documents, like the Ebers Papyrus, describe treating localized ailments by inhaling the smoke of specific medicinal herbs. They used plants like henbane, which has genuine pharmacological properties when inhaled, to deliver medicine directly to the system. In some cultures, this was smoked drinking, a sophisticated medical protocol designed to treat the body with herbal vapors. But a toothache wasn't just a physical problem, it was a social one. In ancient societies, you never suffered alone. You were embedded in a dense web of relationships where care was distributed across the entire group. While you struggled with the pain, the group would surround you with rituals, protective charms, and prayers. These weren't just superstitions. They were social technologies that bound the community together, ensuring that no single person was ever the sole point of failure in their own survival.
The most unsettling part of this story isn't the thought of ancient pain. It's what we've lost in the modern world. We have antibiotics and high-speed drills, but we've dismantled the extended family networks and the communal support systems that were doing the heavy lifting for 300,000 years. Ancient humans didn't have ultrasounds or pediatricians, but they had each other. They knew that survival wasn't about individual skill, it was about collective behavior. Next time you're sitting around a bonfire, remember that the smoke you're breathing is the same thread of continuity that runs through 100,000 years of human history. A history of people who survived the impossible because they figured out how to share the load.
If you want to dive deeper into how our ancestors conquered the night and built the first civilizations around a campfire, don't forget to subscribe to keep exploring the hidden history of being human.